In a quiet village surrounded by trees and rivers lived a beautiful young girl named Cindy. She was admired by everyone who saw her. Her skin glowed under the sun, her hair was long and dark, and her eyes sparkled with charm. But Cindy had a proud heart. Every morning she sat before her mirror admiring herself while others worked. "I am too beautiful for this village," she would say. "I will marry a rich prince one day." Her mother often called her to help with chores, but Cindy refused, saying her hands were too soft for hard work. While other girls fetched water and helped in the village, Cindy stayed home brushing her hair and praising her beauty. Over time, people grew tired of her pride. Her friends got married to humble farmers and fishermen, but Cindy mocked them, saying she would marry a king and live a life of luxury. One day at the busy market, Cindy walked proudly in her finest clothes, enjoying the attention of everyone around her. Suddenly, she bumped into an old woman carrying firewood. The woman fell and her load scattered everywhere. It was Mama Grace, the oldest woman in the village. Instead of helping, Cindy shouted at her angrily, blaming her for ruining her clothes. The old woman calmly begged for forgiveness, explaining her poor eyesight, but Cindy walked away without pity. The entire market fell silent. Mama Grace then raised her voice and placed a curse on Cindy, warning that her beauty would fade and her pride would bring her downfall, and only humility could save her. That night, Cindy looked into her mirror and noticed a strange crack forming. By morning, everything changed. Her once smooth skin had turned rough, her hair began to fall out, and her beautiful face had become dull and ugly. Children screamed when they saw her, and Cindy cried in shock, calling herself cursed. Her mother sadly told her that pride had brought this suffering upon her. Cindy tried to find Mama Grace to beg for forgiveness, but the woman had disappeared. Days passed and Cindy stayed indoors, ashamed and broken. Then a mysterious traveler arrived and gave her a message. Her curse would only be broken if she married the ugliest man in the land and learned true humility. Though she cried bitterly, Cindy realized she had no choice but to change. Soon after, an ugly man named David arrived. He was short, dirty, bent, and smelled unpleasant, with torn clothes and only a few teeth left. He announced that he had come to marry Cindy. The villagers were shocked, but Cindy, remembering the curse, agreed. Life with David was very difficult. He was rude, demanding, and constantly complained, ordering her around without respect. But this time, Cindy changed. She stopped complaining, worked hard, fetched water, cleaned the house, and cared for others in the village. She began helping the elderly and apologizing to those she once mocked. Slowly, her heart softened. One day, she helped a little girl who had fallen in the market. As she did, someone whispered that she had truly changed. It was Mama Grace watching from afar. That night, Cindy prayed under the moon, promising never to be proud again. In her dream, Mama Grace appeared glowing and told her that her true beauty had returned, not on her face, but in her heart. The next morning, Cindy looked into the mirror and saw herself restored. Her skin was smooth again, her eyes bright, and her beauty returned even stronger than before. The village celebrated her transformation, and even David was surprised. Cindy thanked him for being part of her journey, then left him with kindness. Not long after, a handsome prince came to the village, heard her story, and fell in love with her new heart. They were married in a joyful celebration filled with music and dancing. But Cindy never returned to pride. She lived with kindness, respect, and humility, always remembering her past. Moral lesson: pride destroys, but humility and kindness transform a life forever.